The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Allen. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. Calling a gain of 4, leaves him with options here on 2nd and just a yard.
Only 4 yards on that gain, but, you know, a lot of people would say that's like getting 9 in normal circumstances since this was 1st and 5.
Yeah, now your playbook's wide open here, 2nd and very short.
Yeah, I still don't think that you can count it in the stats that way at contract time.
No, it still goes down as 4, not 9. He's got a man, complete, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit!
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2nd and 4. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the option, it's Jones. Has some space here. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
2nd and 9 now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle with these defenses throw at him.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A first down run by Jones not going to work out as he's hit and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 13. He finds his man, complete. That's Bass. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, you know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case,
and this is caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson,
43 yards.
And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Touchdown, Detroit!
Swift, 70 yards, and the Lions have taken the lead.
Now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
46 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter, and he has been tremendous to start the new year.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete.
That play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cutler was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
That's taken in by Watson.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the option, it's Jones.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable now for Allen. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And inside give to Jones. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Allen has it, left side.
And he is going to have the Packers' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, Goff.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Down to about the 37. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team around the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
23 yards, the final tally.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Throw left side complete. That's Allen. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here's Jones, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14.
Lions 14.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
O'Donnell is set to kick off.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On second down, Swift. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Play action. It's gone. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. A handoff, Swift running to the left. He'll get this down to the 38.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Right back to Swift again on second down. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Once again, it's Swift. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Darnell Savage. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going deep here for Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Goff. And in for the Lions, touchdown.
Jameson Williams.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slam. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Got it. Ready?
They're going to try and throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
13 yards on the play. That's good for the Lions.
Now Goff on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
3rd down and 11.
Goff now to throw.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
On first down, it's gone. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw in that play with a loss.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Down to the 42, second down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the... And that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's gone. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about, and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets him that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Javon Hargrave coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It's a gain of 34. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Here's Swift.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
One more time with Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
They will run it with Swift here.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
2-yard gain. It's now 4th and goal.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And he got it. The kick is good. The rookie in his first NFL game hits it as time expires. And the Lions are going to win this game.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Detroit, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.
I'm really, really out for blood this time. Look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand.